Good day and welcome to CDLS Washington Town Hall Protocol section of this presentation. The Protocol Coordinator at CDLS Washington is your point of contact for the following topics: renewal of official or diplomatic passports, renewal or initial U.S. visas due to tour extensions or cross postings, significant life events such as marriage or birth of a child and the applicable passport and visa guidance associated with each. Employment Authorization Documents, also known as EADs, are the bulk of Protocol's workload. An EAD is a card issued by USCIS to enable dependents of A, G, and NATO visa holders to work in the US during the member's posting. Working in the US without authorization may lead to severe negative consequences such as Department of Homeland Security terminating your immigration status, being barred from adjusting status to lawful permanent residence, Department of Homeland Security removing you from the US, as well as the possible loss of privileges and immunities. Those that should apply for an EAD are all dependents who wish to work in the US, those who remote work for Canadian companies, NATO 2 visa holders working at the Canadian Embassy, volunteering, except school-related activities in support of your children, to receive EI benefits. To delay your EAD application process will impact your EI benefits. To receive SSN for work purposes and internships. Those that cannot apply or do not need to apply for a work authorization. The common law spouses are ineligible for derivative visas and are therefore ineligible for EADs. Those that remote work for the Canadian government do not require EADs. A child dependent who is under or over age cannot receive an EAD. A1 visa holders working at the Canadian Embassy do not require an EAD. US citizens, dual US Canadian citizens do not require an EAD to work in the US as they are in their home nation. And military members do not require work authorizations for their posting. If a military member is present in the US on LWOP, they will require an EAD to work on the economy. Military members who wish to receive an SSN should visit their local SSA office and request a non-eligibility letter to receive their SSN. As referenced in the Welcome Book, certain states might require an SSN in order to obtain a driver's permit and vehicle registration due to increased security in the US. It is recommended that the CAF exchange officer apply for an SSN as you will not be able to register for the Department of Defense travel system without an SSN. This can negatively impact your ability to carry out your duties and responsibilities with your host command. Vehicle importation and registration. Detailed and expanded information on this topic is found in the Welcome Book. It is important to remember that without a stamped copy of your Customs and Border Protection Form CBP 7501, you will not be able to register your vehicle in the US. Prior to your arrival in the US, your point of contact for all passport and visa questions is PNCSO, who administer, manage, and monitor the passport and visa needs of DND and CAF members. Should you not receive the DS-160 online visa guide from Official Travel or PNCSO, please reach out to CDLS Washington Protocol who can provide this for your reference. Members who are posted to the Embassy of Canada should be receiving diplomatic red passport with an A1 visa. Members who are posted to Primni in New York City should receive red passports with J4 visas, and all other members should receive official special green passports with NATO 2 visas. For members in common law relationships, the U.S. Embassy will not issue derivative visas which will have been communicated to you during the screening phase. Further ramifications related to common law spousal relationship will have been communicated to you during the screening phase. For military members that hold American citizenship as representative of the Canadian government, you should enter and exit the US on your Canadian official passport, which will not contain a visa. For dependents who hold American citizenship, they should enter the US on their American passport but enter Canada on their Canadian passport as applicable. All travel into the US should be conducted on your official and/or the diplomatic passports, with the exception of your HHT when it is unlikely that you will be in possession of your official passports. If you do not receive your passports and your posting date is fast approaching, reach out to PNCSO and CC the protocol section. For those who hold an A1 visa, the protocol coordinator will have reached out to you directly with instructions specific to the Department of State. After each entry into the USA, you should check that all I-94s are properly recorded with the US Customs and Border Protection by reviewing the provided link. If you have a NATO 2 visa, it should show as N2 and D/S, no end date. If it is improperly recorded, please contact protocol to have this rectified. Incorrect I-94s can impact vehicle registrations and work authorizations, to name a few. For those with NATO 2 visas, you may require a NATO vehicle personal property tax exemption letter when registering your vehicle with your local state DMV office. More information on this topic is in the Welcome Book. It is important to note that to receive this exemption, all registered vehicles must be solely in the military member's name. Please complete any required change of vehicle titling and registration prior to coming to the US. When requesting this letter from protocol, all required information can be pulled from your posting message. Vehicle details are not required.